the girl we offered the job to took another job. Would you like to come down for another interview? That's when I put my suit and tie on, and I went down there, and they offered me the job. All because I'm driving down the road, and I hear this voice inside me, pull it over here. Oh, friends, we have to walk with God that close. When He speaks to our hearts, that inner voice of the Spirit, that we hear it and we're obedient to it, because the Holy Spirit, He really will lead us and guide us. And friends, I shudder to think that if I had not heard that voice, and if I had not pulled in there, I'd probably still be working at George Jr., fighting with those young boys. All right, so the Holy Spirit, He really does guide us, friends. He's real. He's real. Okay, He teaches us. Okay. Let's look at, just flip over a page in John's Gospel, chapter 14 and verse 26. But the Counselor, the Holy Spirit, whom the Father will send in my name, He will teach you. He will teach you all things and will remind you of everything that I have said to you. And I like the way that Pastor Dave put it this morning. Yes, He will teach us and He will remind us, but you need to know it first before He can remind you of it. We need to be in the Word. We need to be reading the Scriptures and studying the Scriptures to give us something the Holy Spirit can remind us of. So, someone asked me one time, they said, how do you come up with this stuff? The Holy Spirit, He's our teacher. He's the one that gives the inspiration. All right. Well, listen, I'm going to put let me just give you this last thought. Look in 1 Corinthians chapter 2. Just turn there to the right. You'll eventually hit Corinthians. Acts, Romans, Corinthians. 1 Corinthians chapter 2. I love this thought. 1 Corinthians chapter 2. We're going to go all the way down to verse... I want to go to verse 8. 1 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 8. When you're there, say amen. Nobody's there.
Amen.
1 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 8. None of the rulers of his age understood it, for if they had, they would not have crucified the Lord of glory. However, as it is written, no eye has seen, no ear has heard, no mind has conceived what God has prepared for those who love Him. But God, boy, I love that thought, but God. He has revealed it to us by His Spirit. The Spirit searches all things, even the deep things of God. For who among men knows the thoughts of a man except the man's spirit within him? In the same way, no one knows the thoughts of God except the Spirit of God. We have not received the spirit of this world, but the Spirit of Him is of God, that we may understand what God has freely given to us. Now here's what this means, friends. I'm not a mind reader. I can't understand what Marty is thinking right now. Only his spirit within him knows that. Although I can guess. I wish this preacher would wrap it up because I'm starting to get hungry for lunch. That's just a guess. But only the Spirit within us knows our own thoughts. Makes sense, huh? Well, listen, friends. When you get God's Spirit, the Spirit of God, who knows the thoughts and the minds of God, when you get God's Spirit in you, guess what? He helps us to understand God's thoughts. Did you ever try to read the Bible before you got saved? And before you had the Spirit of God in your life? It's like trying to read Greek. I remember when I was young, we had a Catholic Bible. And I just took that Bible and I opened it up. And I think it hit somewhere in Leviticus, I think. And so something out of there, and it didn't make any sense to me. And I closed the Bible, and I thought to myself, hey, you can't understand that. You want to know something, friends? When I got born of the Spirit, and God came in my life, and His Spirit came into my life, when I met the author of this book, guess what? It started to make sense. This is God's love letter to us. What a wonderful thought. Let's close in prayer. I'd like to invite you all to stand. Starting today, and